The broadcast is now starting.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Carlos. Welcome to our webinar, the Inner Circle. First of all, thank you for being here, taking your time, busy time to be here. The second thing is, guys, this is a lot of freaking information that we're going to be providing today. So brace yourself, have a lot of information, a little bit of a warning here, just put all your distraction aside. Please turn off your cell phone. I have to go fast because I need to respect your time, but on the other hand, I need to make sure that the information that you're gonna get is the best of the best on your end. That sounds good? Yes, this is going to be, it's actually being recorded for you guys, no issues whatsoever, so it's going to be recorded. The next thing is that I'm going to be asking you about, sometimes press 1 or 2 in order for me to understand that you guys, you have not lost you, or connection has gone away or whatever. All right. So it's going to be a really packed webinar, over 200 to 300 people. Minimum expectancy is over 200 people already. So this is going to be awesome. Once again, let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about on how to become a high caliber market analyst and consistently become a profitable trader as a byproduct. Okay, so what you're going to learn today is life-changing strategies and insights for traders who wants to turn professional and reach their maximum potential in their trading career. Okay, if this is you, if this is kind of something you've been looking for, this is awesome. If you're a professional trader, you're going to get a lot of information out of this. I'm going to actually teach really powerful strategies here step by step. And on top of it, you know me, you know my name, Carlos Diaz. I don't talk BS. I like to prove everything right in front of you. So we had the opportunity today to execute a couple of trades and record them. There's two recordings. One is for explanation purpose only, and the other one is actually live. That we traded the oil futures today just for you guys, which is really awesome, by the way. And we were able to record it. We had to edit it because it was obviously a really long video, so we just shrinked it. Hopefully you can see the benefit of everything in there. All right, awesome. So let's get right into it because there's a lot to cover. All right, guys. Let's just dive right into it, right? My promise to you is that I will show you my success formula for becoming a consistent, profitable trader, all right? Know thyself. Always start with this because it's one of the key phrases that was taught to me, and when I understood it, it actually changed everything in the perspective of me thinking, wow, I've been wasting my time all along by following pretty much kind of the next shiny object, and we are all part of that. We are exposing to that every single day, and it's just nature. We're looking for the great opportunity. We're looking for the great information. So we pretty much obviously tried everything that we can get just for the fact of trying to get that edge. It is specifically in trading. But know thyself means here on the bottom side is a warning to pay no attention to the opinion of the multitude, right? So basically try to follow those who has walk the walk, so to speak, and make sure that you can be gathering the best information possible so you can apply it on your end. All right? So here's a question for you guys. How many of you think, and this is a myth, by the way, how many of you think, and this is the biggest myth, that trading is hard? By show of hands, press number 7. If you think trading is hard, I need to know so far. Thank you, Nicholas. Yes. So the biggest myth out there is trading, it's hard. And today we're going to deliver you valuable information that will increase your success in trading as a career. All right. So as Benjamin Franklin says here, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I believe that 100%. I'm proof of the fact of investing within yourself and the knowledge, obviously, and following those who actually provide a good, actionable results will prove the best for you at the end of time when you basically put on practice what you learn from those who actually are trading or are succeeding in what you're following through or what you're looking for. Okay, so if you stay until the end, I will show you. Here's a cool thing. Try to stay until the end. I will show you a live trade case study step by step, not once but two, using the exact methodology that I'm going to teach you first. Here's the thing. I'm going to teach you first. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to prove it to you. How does that sound? Does that sound good? I'm going to actually teach it to you, and then I'm going to prove to you that the freaking thing works. Not once, twice. Not once, twice. That's it, twice. So there's nothing. And you can prove this, by the way. We actually went up, and I talked to Juan, to my best student, and said, we got to record something today so they can just go back and check it out. Because it's easier. Once it's said than done, we need to prove the fact that we know our stuff. So we need to do something live today so they can just say, oh, maybe these guys are bullshitting us. Let's just go back into the charts, take a look at it, and you will watch it. You will watch it, okay? All right. So at the end of time, as well as details, I'm going to show you how Juan, which is my best student, managed to rescue, and listen to this, managed to rescue a $100,000 account on $25,000 loss. Step by step, I'm going to show you how he did it, using his new acquired skills as a market analyst, and now he offers the market analysis services to select a few. All right, so a little bit about me. I'm going to go really fast. This is myself and my family. This is who, everything in my life. As most of you, obviously, you're the same. And basically, I'm a family man. I love snowboarding, although I'm from Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. It doesn't matter. I learned how to snowboard, and I freaking love it. I love movies, reading, learning, especially learning from mentors. I'm a CEO and founder of Mega Trading LLC. We're a professional market analysis services. At tradingmission.com/FX. I love trading. I'm passionate about it. You can actually tell. I'm an addict. I'm addict of trading. I'm really addicted. I feel myself as a geek of trading. I can't stop trying to fine tune and try to keep finding the edge I'm trading. I devoted tens of thousands of hours study, price action alone, and I become, I believe, a really, 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 really good analyst out there. And that has been proven for the last 10 years online. And I believe anyone can reach success in life, especially in trading, if you devote the precise time, efforts, and dedication into do so, okay? I love to teach and mentor to those who reach out to me, all right? So why I do it is all about legacy. This is Daniel, all right? Even if it hurts, it's all about legacy. Why? I found Danny one time clicking a few buttons, and I lost $350 on that trade just because I walked out. So lesson learned, just make sure to either shut down your trading computer if you got kids around the house and you don't want nothing to happen. It cost me $350, but you know what? Made him a trader at 3 years old. This is the youngest trader ever, right there in front of you, all right? So it cost me money, but that's the key. Listen to this. He's a trader. Why? Because he clicked a button. The problem is he lost money. Why? Because he didn't know what he was doing. Are you like Danny? You're clicking the button without knowing exactly what's going on? I'll show you how to turn that around. Now, I turned around, and this is my older boy, 10 years old. I was teaching him, and you can see a screenshot here where I left in front of him a checklist to take a trade on the oil market using the tools and precise step-by-step format that we go, and that was that we use every day. And this is actually the results, obviously, with me backing it up. And it was awesome. It was an awesome trade. Obviously, yes, I was behind it, but he actually followed along every single step of the way, every single checklist before taking the plunge. And I just forced him on a summer to stay with me and at least every other day sit down and learn to trade. Will he become a trader? I don't know. At least I just pass along what I learned to him. All right? How it all started for me. So I was introduced to the cash flow quadrant, and the only thing that I was interested about learning here, that you either working for somebody else or for yourself, or you either working for the money or have the money work for you. That's all I was interested about, and my focus was to understanding, all right, how can I just make sure that I can get the money to work for me? And this is when I stumbled upon Fast Company, and I kind of followed through the fact and understood that the best or highest paid salary as a employee was in security trader. Now, that got my attention right off the bat. I say, all right, fine. So I think I'm into something. I love trading. And then when I came back in here, trading is basically a way of investing, right? So, all right, and that's the highest paying job as an employee. This is it. I'm into it. This is what I wanted to do. So I start diving in, and I found out all the billionaires that were hedge fund managers. That's all I did. That's all I did. I'm just going straight to the point. I really researched. All right, how does this guy, is it one, two, guys, there are hundreds of hedge fund managers that we don't even know. They're billionaires. All they are doing is managing, right, big portfolios with their knowledge in trading. In other words, they were trading their knowledge with money. So they actually took their knowledge of investing, they launched their hedge funds, right, and turned that into a business itself. So this is what I understood. And in order for me to become successful, I got to focus on becoming really good at what I do and focus on investing or have the money work for me. And the best leverage out there was either participate into the market and focus exclusively and hopefully become really good at it, that I can start managing some other people's money, my own money, so on and so forth. So in my case, I wanted to work for somebody else, right, in a hedge fund firm, and had the opportunity to do so, all right? Just like all these guys did here, the only thing that I understood was if I can get my hands into getting close to one of these hedge fund managers and learn from the best, it will skyrocket eventually my intentions of becoming a really good trader. At that point, I thought I was a trader, and then after the years went by, I understood that one of the most important thing that these guys actually follow along every single step is not the actual traits, is the analysis. They focus the majority of their attention into the analyst. They hire top-notch analysts, including themselves, in order to make the right decisions into their positions to manage the $1 billion worth of money. Does that make sense? All right? So I started to invest in myself, training courses, ebook trading seminars, forum, indicators, you name it, and mentors. This is when everything just changed, just like this guys did. I try to find mentors in order for me to learn through the process of the year how to become a great trader. Then I understood that in order for me to become a good trader, I noticed that all top hedge fund traders needed an analyst, so it got me thinking I need to become what? A top-notch analyst, right? So hedge fund traders hire the best analysts in the industry to increase their probability of success, right? And these are snapshots of all those that I managed to find that this guy's actually hired. So I found the hedge funds. I started kind of working close to some of them, and I understood that they pay attention and they rub shoulders with these guys who are the actually driving factor of the decision making of those hedge funds. And this is when I said, screw it, hold on. So I got this wrong. In order for me to become a good, really, really good trader, I need to become what? Anybody can say? A great analyst. So I figured that, and this is a snapshot of myself here, I'm either a trader or the analyst. So sit down right now, bring out a mirror in front of you. If you're serious about trading, and look at yourself, are you a good analyst? The decisions that you're making are based on your trading hunch or your freaking good analysis of the market, right? Does that make sense? And that's the difference, all right? And that has been my sole focus and dedication for the last 20 years to become a high caliber market analyst. And I took it even further, and I said, I think we can predict the market in short-term bias because I see patterns, I see repetition, I see secret clues as the market leaves behind, and you're going to see everything in front of you in a moment. So eventually it all paid out. In 1998, I managed to start teaching stockbrokers the art of technical analysis with huge success. These guys make really good on their company. I got, they share whatever they learned from me, and then eventually I went up to be part of a small hedge fund. I'm going to explain to you in a little bit, and that was kind of my stepping stone in understanding how the big players start learning, because it's not until you actually start doing, right, or start experiencing how, you know, trading in a big way will affect the decision that you make based on your emotions, until you're actually doing it. All right, so I went all in, and I then took the National Commodity Futures exam, and I start working with Lakefront Futures because I needed to know how the pit market worked. Nick, one of the founders of Lakefront Futures, gave me the opportunity. I was a young boy, and taught me how the actual floor worked. And then I learned pretty much about price structure, price action, on the way that they read it, and this was based on the S&P Big Futures. So I took that information, and this is when, in 2001, I was featured in the finance newspaper that about the small fund in Florida that hired me to become their S&P future analyst, not the trader, analyst. And these are the results from the traders executing based on my analysis. That, I don't know about you, I was floored. It was awesome, understanding the fact that based on what I saw and I analyzed onto the market, we were making really good. In 2015, we were awarded after a year by Dr. Dean Hensley as Trade Titan Award based on transparency, truthfulness, and profitability on trading mission. Many of you know us about that. And all I'm doing right now is sharing you and let you know that we have walked the walk. All right, so let's focus on you right now. I think this is enough proof to say that we might know something. Do we agree? We might know something. So I hope that at this point we get your attention a little bit. So let's get started with the training, and here's how it goes. All right, so if you've been trading and still haven't found a consistent methodology, but you're still trying, that's insanity. You got to look for something else. You got to do something. You got to find what's missing. You got to stop for a moment and think, all right, create a journal. Do you have a trading journal? Yes or no? You got to have a journal. Write down everything in a piece of paper. Write down every single thing, every decision that you make and the results of it. So you can go back in time and say, all right, you know, we noticed that today we lost. Why? Because X situation happened. Can you go back and check on the journal? If that has happened before, that's how you start becoming a good analyst, so you don't repeat the same problem again into the future. All right, so I'm here to share with you the number one secret to succeed in trading is to focus and having a very specific trade plan and mindset, and let me show you how in the moment. First thing that you need to do, and write this down, the first thing you need to do is the market intel and profile. What is the market that you're trading? Did you know that market? You got to understand in that market or the instrument that you're deciding to trade. Learn everything from it. What's the tick value? What the point value? The contract expiration, the rollover month, the average daily range. What's the best time to trade? The highest volatility spikes. Specific smart money or commercial trading hours, so you can just pretty much understand that you can join them in that process, right? Because those are the ones who actually move the market. High impact reports, so you don't trade them at the moment. You're going to trade them before, you're going to trade them after. You got to know all this stuff so you don't get yourself caught with your pants down on a trade and you forgot to check the report. What the heck happened? I guess everything was so perfect. Dude, did you check the report? It has happened to us so many times. So many times. I don't want this to happen to you. Write this down. High impact reports and news. The average true range will help you define the choppy and no trades when there will be a big stop loss or not. This is key factor. You got to understand every single aspect of your market. The right time frame this is going to happen that you need to choose. Are you starting to see the picture? So just be honest with me. Be honest with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I'm really, really excited about all this teaching. I might sound that I'm, you know, on a rant here, but I'm not. I'm just excited. I just wanted to say, and I ask you, have you done this type of intel in the market that you're trading? Yes or no? Be freaking honest with me. I'm not going to ban you or anything. There you go. So take a screenshot, do whatever it is, all right, and have this written down in front of your charts, in front of your desktop every single day. And this is a checklist. This is a checklist. Guys, you can't play with your money blindly. Please don't. You go, okay, am I on the right contract? Choose the right instrument. Am I on the right contract? How many points am I expecting today? All right. Are we rolling over or not? Did you know that on rollover dates, you should not trade at all? You should give it at least that day and take it off. You know that? You should. No, but we need to we need to trade every single day because you know it's just you got to pay the bills. Don't do that. On rollover days, most of the time you do not trade. You just wait about 1 or 2 hours. It's not going to affect you financially. Or it's certainly going to affect you emotionally when you start losing money because you didn't know that you should not roll over because the volume is divided into the contract. We kind of do so, but there's a way for you to do it to be able to pull this off as a scalper, all right? But if you're like us, like swing traders, position traders, just give it a shot. I mean, just stay outside, take a break, all right? Average daily range, how much you can expect today from the market to move, and then you just I'll show you everything here, all right, in a moment. But you just need to keep continuing on a checklist right here every single time. Study the price action to find secret trade hacks within the instrument that you can exploit. These are the secret hacks, the loops, the fix, whatever you want to call them. These are things that repeats themselves over and over and over again, assuming that you're sustaining yourself with the same instrument. Don't try to jump from one thing to the other, try to make a buck. Become an expert in one instrument alone. Don't jump from one to the other. I will introduce you a professional trader here that he was an expert in a specific market, and you know it was awesome. So here's an example of the ES profile, how you build a profile on the ES for your benefit. Let's just take the E-mini S&P profile. It moves about 12.5 per tick or $50 per full point. I like to go by full points, by the way. These are the contract month, and rollover occurs on the second Thursday of new contract month. The average daily range is about 13 to 22 full points when the market is obviously trending. Most of the time, it moves about 10 to 13 on sideways or choppy market, so it's pretty much the same. Best time to trade the E-mini S&Ps after 9:30 to 11:30. Those are the best benefits provided for the market for you as a S&P E-mini S&P trader. The high impact reports, basically the one that it's most follow is the non-farm payroll and the FOMC meeting. Those are the ones who affect the S&P market specifically. The average true range is about 3.5 to 8.5. Now here's key. And now listen to me, if the average true range is, the average real true range is about 3.5, let's just leave it like that. Would you go with your mind starting to think, hey, let me see if I can get 7 points out of the E-mini S&P? Come on, the market is not an ATM machine. You should know that if the average is start at 3.5 and every single decision that I make or every single trade that I have to put, I can't expect the market to move immediately 3.5 and I'll be happy with it, or 5 points or 6 points. I will show you how to do so eventually in the process here. I'll show you. But the thing is, right off the bat, you have to think, all right, if I'm going in on the S&P, I need to make sure that I'm going to aim for 2.5 points, maximum 3 points. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Right? The right time frame, 30 minutes for long term, 5 minutes for the lowest. Study the price action to find secret trade hacks within the instrument that you can exploit. 9 a.m. there is a trade hack at 9 a.m. and there is another one at 2:50 p.m. trade hack. I'm going to leave you to find out. I can't give you everything in the silver platter yet here, but I'm just saying 9 o'clock there is a trade hack, and 2:50 there is a trade hack. Trade hack means there is a pattern that you should be able to recognize based on price action, and you can capitalize 70% of the time. I'm going to leave you with that. All right? So then you need a consistent strategy. We already know that we have the market intel. Now we need a consistent strategy. All right? So we need a clear, uncluttered charts, minimal use of indicators, preferably none, but we also use a few. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just I don't want your charts to look like the Christmas tree. All right? Now, I know many of you are, so here's a suggestion. Just minimize the indicator, or at least have a chart on the side where you can have a plain, clear chart and use price action as your guidance. Main trend confirmation, you need to understand the price structure of the market, understand the basics of Elliott wave dynamics, some of the Fibonacci sequences, support and resistance, supply and demand, so you can confirm some of the studies on the back that we just mentioned here. And basically, this is how it works. All right, I'm going to give you a step-by-step process, and this is not a live trade. I'm giving you the step-by-step process, how this looks practically on a chart, so you can see it and work yourself with it eventually. Does that make sense? So far, so good, guys. What do you think so far? Does the information so far has helped you open up your eyes in terms of how you should look at yourself as a trader? All right, awesome. All right, so here's a chart. Now let me explain to you how all this looks, how consistent strategy. Let me show you how all this looks in the practical format. Here's an ES 1 hour chart, and the first thing that I need to understand is the fact that we need clear uncluttered charts. Clear charts, check. So basically there's a clear check. Minimal use of indicators, we got none. I have here on the bottom side, I use a MACD, although I don't use it on the futures. It doesn't work for me for the future. It works only for the currencies, the way that I use it. So minimal use of indicators, check. Main trend confirmation, yeah, let me just go for it. So the trend is down, obviously. It's easier said than done, right? It's right there. Price structure, can I validate the price structure? Definitely the price structure is going down. And let me just help you by illustrating what I'm talking about. Here's an important low, that's an important high. The market took the low right there. That's the price structure down. Here's a support area, right? Here's a support area where the market dipped below of it with a more intention to break it, but close above the trend line. Let me do something a little bit more clear here, something like so. The market dipped below, that's an intended bearish movement, but close above. That means that the market is getting ready potentially for a pullback, right? That's price action structure. All right, so we have that. We already have the price structure in place. Can we confirm this based on the Elliott waves? Sure, let's just try it. So let's just lay it out on top of an Elliott wave count for you. So here's how it looks. Here's a basic Elliott wave count. Now, how do I know this is Elliott wave 1, 2, or 3? Guys, check this out. Here's how you do it. The simplest, the better. Elliott wave counts move in 5 sequences. Either 1, corrective 2, 3, corrective 4, and the 5th. Understanding that the 1st, 3rd, and the 5th are the longest wave in one single direction. When you're lost into a chart, you don't know what the heck is going on. The first thing you need to do is identify the one single big impulse move to the downside. Hey, there's one here, Carlos. Yeah, there you go. So that's one of the charts down. So that means since we don't know in which pattern we are, at least we know this is either a wave 1, a wave 3, or a wave 5. Guys, so far so good. Did you understand what I just explained to you? Yes or no? Does that make sense? Find an impulse move, and right off the bat, don't try to make a mess out of it. Just rest assured, if you find an impulse move, it's either a wave 1, 3, or 5. That's all you need to do, know. And you're saying, wait, why would that? Why? Isn't it important to know if it's 1, 3, or 5? No, let me show you why not. Let me show you why not. All I wanted to know is that if this is an impulse move based on 1, 2, 3, I know for a fact based on the Elliott wave count, check it out, that a corrective mode is about to happen. Does that make sense? Now I know that if this is an impulse move and this low is not being taken, and I know for a fact that this high was taken to the upside, boom, I know for a fact that this is either a wave 1 into a corrective wave 2 to continue down, or it's either a wave 3 down with a corrective wave 4 to the 5th wave down. We don't know if that's going to happen, but at least we have an idea where is it, where we're standing at. So if that's in case the case in here, then you can be more aggressive, and then you say, you know what, this might be a buy setup because this guys might move to the upper side into a future potential wave 2 area here that it will end on the wave 5th down or 3rd wave down here. So this is subjective, but at least we know that the pattern will look something like that. Clear? Can I continue? Yes? So now we already know that that's Elliott wave. This is the key factor here. Now I'm going to show you how in the world are we going to use then and deploy Fibonacci's then. All right, so let's just use the mean, right? So 61.8 is the most famous Fibonacci sequence in 38.2. Those are the most famous. Now the question is, here's the question: will it stop there? Should I blindly sell it? Don't know. Would they say that we should? Well, at least I know that these guys are on an Elliott wave down to a corrective Elliott wave 2, and you know what? Maybe the wave 2 might end right there. Boom. That's a check mark right there. All right, this kind of works. So, but wait a minute. Is there a way for me to validate that 61.8? Yes, there is. If you haven't thought about this yet, then you need to go back to basics and start reading price action for it. So now I have a Fibonacci sequence in place where the price structure right here is indicating a 61.8, and that will look something like this. Let me just continue. Next slide. And that's the key factor right there. So we labeled the 61.8, and now we're going to use support and resistance and supply and demand areas that the market has shown based on price action. Price action, okay? And I'm going to use those to validate if the 61.8 is the real one or not. So I go right at the on the top right here, and I understand that's an important high, and then that's an important low, and then that's an important high, and then the market make a low here, and then the small high right there, and then a couple of lows right there, right? Just like this. So I know for a fact this guy's right here on a small like micro scale, that's kind of a microwave down, and all I need to know is that this was an important low that the market took right there to the downside. This is price action. So I know for a fact that's a key factor for me to measure from top to bottom of Fibonacci, which says it's right in there. But on the other hand, I'm saying, all right, so before that, what was the importance of support and resistance that I can use, right, that I can use in order for me to validate this? It's simple. So I notice here, that's an important low that the market took it right in this bar, right there. So my question is, what happened afterwards? Did they test the support as a resistance and jump down? No, they went a little bit higher. They went just a little bit higher, creating kind of a pivot. You see it right here. So that pivot, I'm going to use that high right there because that's a fake up move, or that's a rejection point or transition point, whatever you want to call it, and I put it into the future. And on the other hand, I'm going to use this swing low right there, and I'm going to extend it right in there as well as a layer. And I notice here how this swing low, you see this is a price action structure low, guys, right here, right there. I'm going to use that as well, but wait a minute. Isn't that the exact same 61.8 as a coincidence? It's also a swing low right there. Yes, it is. So that's an important layer, and I labeled there a point or a horizontal line, whatever you want to call it. But also I said this can also extend itself back into the prior price action transition, which was this high right here, right? And this low right there. So I just pretty much create a box within it that looks something like that. And then I just create kind of horizontal lines to know which levels are within it. Now I have a structure that looks something like this. And here's the key. And here's how everything started boiling down. Wow. Now this looks like it's going to pull back up. Anywhere around this area, probably. So anywhere in here, I'm looking to go and perhaps looking for a short position. But what if they break to the upper side? Well, that's another story. But in this case, obviously, I'm looking for a sell setup in this area. And the way that I'm going to look at it is once the market start gaining momentum in this area, I'm going to use price action. And once they come back off the zone that I created right in there, I'm going to short the market, place a stop above that level. And then I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to choose, obviously, the targets into the future. So one of the key factors that I use as targets are follows. You see this swing high that they left right here, that the market closed above that level. That's going to be a key factor for me. So pay attention. I'm talking price action here. That is a coincidence, again, of a Fibonacci right there. So, all right, I'm going to use that as a target. Boom. And then I can use pretty much another transition point low right here as a target. So everything will look something like this. Let's see. So target, support and resistance and target. This is how the zone was created using price action structure based on prior support or resistance. I notice here a multiple low formation. That's an important low. That's when you use that as a target. And the important swing high transition, I'm going to use that as well as a target. And it's starting to make sense for me now. Now I have kind of, whoa, do I have kind of a crystal ball? I said this is a wave down. Yes, 1, 3, or 5. We don't know which one. I know that if it is a pullback, it might end in this area based on the Fibonacci sequences, based on the prior support and resistance. Yes, we got that. And that is also, wait, it goes in sync. That might also be wave 2. If it is a wave 2, then the biggest swing, which is left, next is a 3 or 5. That might end all the way down here, but I'm not aiming for that because I don't know the future. But I do know what the market has done before, which is telling me this is a prior average support and this is a prior high that they take it. I'm going to use those as target 1 and 2, and then I'll be done. And this is the result of this outcome. As you can see, the market held perfectly, right? Not at the 61.8. If you would have shorted the 61.8, that didn't work. But you knew for a fact that could be the beginning stages of a potential reversal. That's one thing. And the other thing was, hey, you know what? We nailed the prior swing low, prior swing high, and that's actually one of the areas that they actually left behind a potential reversal point. And if you pay close attention, there is a micro head and shoulder here with a neckline in this area, guaranteeing an entry point right in that point and placing a stop at that area. And then I use the first swing high as a potential target and the next swing down as a potential target, although the market continued down. And basically, we don't care by that point because we already made our objective based on our analysis. So far, guys, so far, I need you to tell me if I have wasted your time up until this point. Press number 11, I don't care, or just send that if you are actually into something good here, right? I need you to pay attention, guys. This is key. Not everybody's willing to share this information that I just shared with you. And for me, I think that was awesome. So this is serious analysis, all right? So far we know about the market until the consistency, the consistent strategy that I just gave away for you. You feel free to deploy that as you will. And a trade plan management is what's next. Are you clear on your management? Are you clear on how you should approach the market? Well, you must have a daily objective based in your monthly. If you're thinking about the market as an ATM machine, shame on you. All right, this is not an ATM machine. You are playing against somebody else vision of the market. One of you are going to be wrong. There is a winner for every loser. Who are you? In which side are you? Do you have the plan in place? Do you have the consistency? You have the something that works no matter what happens to the market that will give you the edge, that will tip the favors of the success on a trade on your side against somebody else that might be wrong. Okay? So that's how it works. This is a net sum zero game, and you need to make sure at all costs, as a professional trader, that you need to tip the favors on your end. Okay? So you must have a daily plan objective based on your monthly goal. I'll show that, and I'll teach you in a 2 full-hour execution training on that. Trade only 1 or 2 instruments, or become an expert in one of them. You can do 2, but you just need 1. I know people trading silver, making hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. Silver alone. I don't like silver, but they do. Other gold, and so on and so forth. Just pick one and become good at it. All right? You just have to be. You can't be jack of all trades on trading. You got to be an expert in one. Choose a specific time you trade. Have a detailed step-by-step plan. Understand when not to trade. If you don't feel comfortable on a trade setup and your strategy, the strategy that you use, I don't care what is it, which one is it. If you do not have confirmation and you don't feel comfortable, do not trade. Understood? Do not trade. Stay outside. Once you make your daily objective, stop trading, turn off the computer, walk away, do something else, okay? And compound your earnings with a percentage of winning per month so you can feel how it is to make something out of your hard-earned deployment on the market, right? So you can feel comfortable and start rewarding yourself of all the hard work you put all this year to learning on how to trade professionally. You don't have to withdraw all the money. Hey, you know what? At the beginning, I was withdrawing 75 bucks, all right? I was withdrawing $125 just to go out and have some dinner off of my tradings. For me, that's rewarding, all right? And don't deviate from your trading plan. Don't. If you do, then you're lost. You just might as well go try to do something else. If you are lost right now, you don't have a plan in place, all right? And the last thing is repeat the process over and over again. It doesn't matter in which market. So this is my secret to success in trading. Having a trade process, a consistent trade market analysis, a consistent trade methodology, and it looks like this. Market profile, consistency, trade plan, and repeat the process. Every single day, every single day. I've been doing it for 20-something years, but I honed the skills for the last, I would say, 14 years. Nothing has changed. People say, are you trading the same strategy? What are you talking about? Of course. Of course I'm trading the same strategy. What do you mean? Oh, I'm using this indicator. How is that working for you? It's not. That's the reason I'm asking you. Well, if you would stick with one strategy and stick through with it and understand the price action is the number one thing you need to understand, not the next shiny object or indicators. Indicators are only good if you're a good analyst. Right? Come on. If I hand you a 747 plane, are you good? No, without the training. Right? Come on. So just make sure to stick through with one single thing and stick through with it and become really good at it. So here's a question. Was this an awesome information right now? Yes or no? I know that I've been hard on you guys, and I really, I don't know how to say I'm sorry or not. I'm hard on people because my mentors were hard on me. And sometimes we need to hear things differently. I'm not here to teach you, this is all beautiful. It's not, it's crap. The market is crap sometimes. You need to man up, woman up, and say and understand the fact that you will either make money or lose money, and so be it. It's 50-50 chance. The question is, in which side are you? Do you have the information to move into a tiny bit into the 60%, right? Now, let me ask you a question. How would you like me to help you take your trading to the next level? How would you like me to teach you step by step how to implement this and do it 10 times more precise? I'm going to show it to you. I'm not even done here, right? How you want me to teach you how to apply it on any market that you wish to trade so you can start focusing like a highly caliber market analyst that everybody will envy you. I guarantee this is the first time, guys, that I'm doing a presentation that I am manning up myself and say we are freaking good at what we do. We are the best market analysts online. Swear to God. The first time that I'm saying it, I don't care. If everybody will start bashing me out, I don't care. Why? Because we're good. We are good at what we do. Before I would think, oh, maybe people think that I'm going to be too cheesy or whatever. You know what? You know what? No. It's true. We spent 20 years honing these skills over and over again. And I keep repeating the same thing over and over again for years, and people keep sending me the same emails. Do you think this worked? Do you think that worked? Do you think that changed? No, it doesn't change. You need a self-adjusting strategy or a methodology that you can adapt whatever it is in the crap that you want to put on top of it. You want to use indicators, you want to use MACD, you want to use Belgian bands, Keller bands, CCI squeeze. You want to do any of that? You do want to do any of that? You only can do it if you know what the heck is going on into the market first. So those tools will help you get the edge, but you got to know exactly what to expect from the market, right? So it's all about consistency. It's all about management. It's really easy, guys. The trade plan is really easy. Take only one to four good trades if you have a good strategy in place. Start with one contract, whatever the market you're trading at. Focus on 15, 20 ticks, a minimum objective. go and withdraw about 30% of net profit so you can feel the power of making something out of the market, or not, or just leave them there so you can compound it. Compound the remaining of your account, and every 7,000, in our case, about it's right now it's 10,000, it's not 7. Add another contract. The goal is to trade 10 contract blocks. All right? Instead of 1, trade 10. The risk is the same. Nothing has changed because we're adding contract based on our earnings as we grow. My God, that's going to take about a year. Who cares? Within the year, look back right now, a year or 2 years from now. I mean, from today back. Are your trading is better? Have you done 7,000 to increase your account? Think about that. All right. Here's a great comment by Andy. Following your advice of a few months ago, I joined the inner circle. The trading videos are fantastic. Now I'm confident that the knowledge and time will be able to secure comfortable second income. Starting slow, I made 1,200 over 5 currency pairs on 3 days and incurred in 2 losses. Understood? Including losses. Don't you ever think you're not going to lose money. So here's the thing. Here's the kicker. It's really good. Check this out. Damage control. Check this out. This is really awesome. Damage control analysis and management is the key factor of becoming a really good analyst. As a byproduct, you become a really good trader. Understood? So, as a well-trained analyst, you'll have the skill set to help navigate your losses, and your clients, assuming that you are looking for eventually work for a firm or trade for somebody else, including yourself as your own client, in a way where you will be able to minimize drawdown and recover most, maybe all, from the losses that you are acquiring. Okay? Here's Juan, my best student. All right? Juan became the secret weapon of traders in a local bank in Puerto Rico. The trader who contracted him, right, asked him for services on a weekly analysis, right? And this is somebody who worked on a bank, right? And he went on by using Juan's analysis, and he became one of the top performers in the firm and was promoted based on Juan's knowledge, right? And Juan right now has his own career in terms of people hiring him for analysis. Now, the proof that it can be done is this. Check this out. Maybe you relate to this, and hopefully you do. This is an account that we got a hold on 25,345 bucks down. You can see the screenshots here, where the market was at 74,000 bucks right here. We acquired the account at 74,000, right? And 1 week into the damage control, the account went up to 76,000, right? You can see here how it went up a little bit, right? It was 25,000 losses, so right now we're just minimized that. 15 days into the account, right? So the market is just $20,000 now from 25 and up to 81 from 74. And 1 month into damage control, no more open positions, and one was able to recover for this client most of the profits, most of the losses plus some profits. This is what we called damage control. Now, here's the key. This is what I want. This is where I wanted to take you guys. This is the knowledge that you must have in order to become really good at trading, okay? This is what you need to focus on, is to create what we call damage control, because whether you like it or not, we are going to incur in losses. I can't sugarcoat it to you. This is how it is. Here's a letter that we got from the gentleman thanking us, and obviously that's, never mind. Just so you know that he was really thankful about it, and that's what we do with Omega Boost Trading. And the spin-off from that point was Trading Mission, right, and Forward Side Effect. It's all about having the right skill set, discipline, and a consistent methodology and my inner circle coaching program will provide that for you. So here's what Tony says. Two of the very best thing I like about your methods is that I'm not dependent on indicators and the ability to predict targets, again, without resources or indicators. That's and by the way, his account 12% on per month, right? If that's what you're looking for, this might be for you. But who is this for, right? This is if you are a futures trader, a stock trader, ETF trader, option trader, binary option trader. It doesn't matter, whatever you trade. If there's a chart, you're going to be able to predict it or forecast it. Understood? Okay? So with your permission, and I need to know, because I know that here's where everybody's going to leave. With your permission, I would like to introduce you my coaching program. If you think that we might be a good fit for you, we got a really incredible opportunity for you. And for the first time, I am going to personally provide a 4-week live coaching for this class that is going on as a test drive. All right? This is a test drive. So this class, including the previous classes all together, I'm going to walk you from beginning to end on all the modules for the next upcoming 4 weeks after we close this class over. And we're going to kick it off by giving you opportunity to sink into the information and then cover those questions on the four classes, one per week for the next upcoming 4 sessions. Okay? This is what it's going to include. The synergy zone, where you're going to be able to identify the zones right here, and I'm going to show you the live trade today after the report where we were able to pull off over 70 ticks on the oil live. It's going to be awesome. Using exactly what I just taught you before. You can use what you learned on the training before on the slides, but this is exactly, in a way, one way to take it one step further, where you're going to be able to identify and start creating this plot plans into your charts and know for a fact where is it that the market will turn. So you're going to learn how to read clean, uncluttered charts, identify the main trend, the perfect price structure, the only Fibonacci sequences you will ever need. You don't need anything else, and there are a few. You don't need anything else. I'll teach you exactly which ones are those. How to use support or resistance to validate the right reversal zones, and that's on its own a 17,800 value. I'm going to show you an Elliott wave pattern predicting. I show you Elliott wave basic structure, and that's all you need, guys. Believe me, sometimes we try to overcomplicate things more than what we do. And what I just taught you today at the beginning of the presentation is enough for you to start learning the Elliott wave patterns. I'm going to simplify the way that you identify the predicting patterns, how to identify the most common waves, price structure, predict how much profit potential on there's left, so you can say, you know what, that's not much left for me here, so I'm going to let it go. That's really powerful right there. How to combine Elliott wave patterns with Fibonacci structure, just like I showed you for the most killer trade setup. How to use Elliott wave symmetry pattern to predict maximum pullbacks and prepare in advance for your entry so you can extract maximum profits and the tighter stops ever. That's really powerful right there, right? So you're going to also get the price target calculation, which is one of the most raving part of our courses. This is like what most everybody love about. So you're going to learn how to read price structure and calculate basic profit objective fast and easy. How to combine Elliott wave Fibonacci measurements and price symmetry for identifying and confirming price target objective. You're going to see on the live video that I'm going to show you, you're going to see how this is going to evolve. How to use price target objective to create potential counter trade setup for more advanced and aggressive trading like counter trending. All right. Here's what Stan says. I'm studying what you taught us the last week, and it is stunning how accurate this project resistance support and targets are all the way to the top. You have also taught me discipline, patience, and confidence. So the question for you is, how's your discipline level? How's your discipline level within your trading and confidence within your trading? We're guaranteed, I guarantee that that's going to change the way that you trade forever. Up until this point, the value is about $20,795, and I'm talking about the value checked here by 2001. At that point, I already invested $28,000 in my education. So believe me, it's nothing. Here's what B says, 4 big win in the last 9, 129 pips. So yes, you can apply this on currencies, no questions whatsoever. You gave me the confidence, back again to the confidence, to accept losses, knowing that the winners will overcome them. Also to have the discipline and patience to wait for the good setups. Thanks for being a real deal and transparency. So let's just take it one step further here. Okay? I will provide you access to our exclusive proprietary software by no other than Mr. Stephen Knapp. He's a currency specialist with over 10-year experience and master correlator, correlation analyst, which is by far the most powerful piece of software that we've been using. I think Steve is with us. Is Steve with us or not? Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Steve, thank you very much for stepping in. Did you mind explaining the guys here? This is Steve's software, is not mine. I'm just an addict of it, and we are going to share it as part of the course. And believe me, guys, the way that you're going to be using this is going to change your trade. Actually, I know already students that can't trade without it. That's the bad part, though. The good thing that they're already trading, they already know how to trade and analyze the market. But this will short it's going to cut down the learning curve into market tendency and trend selection. You mind stepping in, Steve, and explain a little bit about it?
Yeah, no. Well, anyway, just to kick off here, I just want to say a few words about Carlos. I've known Carlos for, geez, I think it's going on about 7 or 8 years now.
Yes.
And we've been working quite closely with each other during that time. And I just want to ratify, you know, what the honesty that Carlos has, and the way that he, and the enthusiasm that you hear from Carlos is just second to none. He's really very passionate about what he does. He's one of the most honest guys that I know, and I mean that's quite hard to come by for, you know, someone who's trading in these markets. As you know, it's quite a minefield, trading, and you get to meet a lot of people who are, let's put it this way, less than honest. So it's quite refreshing to come across someone like Carlos, and he's the real deal. I'm not just saying that. I've known this guy for a long time. He really cares about helping people and giving them information that actually works. I mean, the stuff that he does, it's quite uncanny how he can predict the market with his synergy zones and that. So yeah, you definitely onto something good. What's that?
Thank you for the words. I appreciate it, man.
No, absolute pleasure. Anyway, I'll just move on.
Yeah, can you explain about the tool, because I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know how it is.
Sure. Okay. Now, the tool, well, the screenshot that you're seeing over here, and I'm not going to go into detail because you've got a lot of information to process in that, and you're welcome to contact me if you, you know, Carlos will give you my details and that if you want to find out more about the dashboard correlator and how it works. But essentially what it does is it shows you the market on a global scale, and it shows you the strengths and weaknesses on all time frames. So you, instead of having, the reason why I developed this tool was to be able to look at the market holistically. So you can look at what's happening in currencies, how that is affecting the oil trades, how the US dollar is correlating as opposed to gold, and how the stock market has an effect on your currencies. So all the markets are interrelated, and this tool really helps me to see where the risk is in the market. So you have, if you've got risk appetite or risk aversion, you'll be able to see exactly what is going on. And without getting into all the detail, what it does is it just gives you a very, very clear view of where the money is flowing. and if you understand some of these correlations, it can really help your trading. So you can, if you're only trading, say for instance, oil, then you're focusing on oil, but if you know a little bit about correlations, you can then understand how the other markets are affecting oil, because no market is an island. They all work in conjunction with each other, and this tool basically helps you understand how the markets are moving in conjunction with each other. So that's just a basic overview.
All right, thank you very much. And also, I think we have here, remember that we're going to provide you, remember the course that we're selling about 1,500,
Yeah.
where we sat together, and based on this was really interesting. I remember I woke up really early that day, and basically Steve pulled up the dashboard and says, all right, so let's just pick a currency pair to trade. So basically he does his thing. He pick up the currency based on how he filters out the best opportunity using the dashboard, and then I went on and applied on that market my analysis, my prediction, my forecast, all the levels, target, and all that, and we actually executed live trade in front of you, and we recorded that step by step, so you can see it and watch over our shoulder how we did that. So it's really powerful, and I believe that's one of the most great training videos that we had at that point. And yeah. So Steve, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for chip in, and once again, thank you for all these years, all the great support that you provided us, and the opportunity to give us the great opportunity to be one of the few who carry on with your software, which is, by the way, a masterpiece. So I appreciate that.
Absolute pleasure, Carlos. Only a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, so there you have it. So you're going to be able to have access to this. Now, this is valued. Steve usually charges about $150 to $200 a month for maintaining this. So we have an exclusive 1 year, all prepaid for you, so you can take access to that without any concern of you having to think about make any other further payments into it. So we're going to give you an exclusive license access plus the training, and at the end of the time it's valued about $4,997. So the total real value is about to 25. We're also going to give you lifetime access to bi-monthly live Q&A session. Also, I'm on the works of revamping new training material. It's going to be available into the members area. And on top of that, I'm going to be providing you our master trade plan and market profile at exclusive training that we sold for about $197. Is it 2 full-blown hours, how to create a detailed trading plan, and my way of creating market profiling, just as I explained earlier into the presentation. All right, so the total real value is about 30 grand, and this is based on the real actionable value. This is what Crispin says. This is amazing. I'm slowly but surely becoming a market forecaster, all thanks to you, your brilliant methodology, and inspirational training. I'm a believer, and you are truly changing my life. So it's based on paying it forward in terms of providing real actionable results based on what you're going to learn that you can apply on any market, because this is a self-adjusting strategy or methodology, right? So let me ask you a question. If all this coaching did was to help you increase your skill sets, where you can actually analyze the market with precision and know in advance an exponential turn, how would that be worth it? Would that be worth it to you? If I can help you minimize and even eliminate the fear of losing every time you take a trade and provide you with the confidence to finally break even, at least, right? At least for every trade that you take, and feel in control of your emotions while trading, would that be worth it? If I could give you the opportunity to become a high caliber analyst, that many traders will be willing, just like one, to hire you for your new valuable knowledge, will that be worth it? It was for me. I spent over $208,000 the last time I checked since I started it, over 21 years or 22 years now, educating myself in order to become really good, right? Just imagine if by a couple of weeks after we go over and train you, how your skills start to become an expert market analysis on any market, any instrument, and you'll be able to consistently make winning trades based on your new analysis skills, right? Can you imagine how good that would be? So my question is, are you ready to trade professionally? I would say. I'm just looking for a better word, but I would say finally yes. I think it's professionally, once and for all. So if you're ready to take your trading to the next level and developing the perfect skill to become the trader you have always wanted, we're here to help you, all right? So here's kind of back into the example. Remember the $1,000? That doesn't sound like much. I know, because a lot of people at the on past presentations say that's not enough. But on average, that's $100 per day per contract, right? That's only one contract, potential $2,000 a month on a $10,000. That's 20% ROI. My question to you: are you making 10% ROI right now? Whatever you're doing, that's an extra 24 grand. Imagine we just start trading 4 contracts, right? For instance, here's what Joseph says. If we take my 10,000 initial capital, honestly, it was much lower. Return of investment for this year so far is 30%, right? How's yours? Now imagine with 4 contracts. That's about same 20%, same $100 a day, but 4 contracts. Nothing has changed other than the amount of volume of contracts, 96 annually. Here's what Robert put on the chat box the other day on the live trade room, 1,200 a day, and Dr. Dean, 1,000 a day. You have 2 choices now. You can go on your own, spend thousands of dollars, no counting value time wasted trying to figure it out on your own, or allow us to help you become a top-notch analyst and a more consistent, profitable trading in just a few weeks from now. No more guesswork, no wasting time, not figuring it out, what, when, where. We're going to show you everything as it's supposed to be from A to Z. But it's up to you to apply what you're going to learn. If you don't, then nothing we can do for you, right? If you're just a freebie seeker trying to guesstimate into the market, or pretty much trying to see if something might happen by stroke of gold, right, on the market, then your success rate is going to be pretty much minimum, right, unless you can control it. So as a recap of what you learned in the inner circle, you're going to get the synergy zone, Elliott wave patterns, price target calculations, exclusive software, access to bi-monthly live sessions, the trade plan, and market profiling, the total value of 30K, and not counting the 4 weeks that I'm going to walk you step-by-step live on class format. So the question would be, does this works? Well, check this out. This is a quick video on today's trade that we, just for the sake of proving the fact, and I'm not adding anything, I'm not subtracting anything that I just showed you throughout this presentation. We're just deploying the same using the Fibonacci of 61.8, that's the mean, a live trade just after the report came up today. And we're using the price action structure to target. Now, hold on, wait a minute. Something went wrong because I needed to show you something here. Hold on, I needed to see something. Take a closer look here for a moment. You see that target that was just hit there for a 40 or 59? Just so you walk away with that in your mind that you can apply it today. Go back in time, and that was a price action transition point before. Resistance will turn into support, and that's the reason I chose that as a target. Right? Now, obviously, we teach something extra, and I'm betting that the market will go all the way down to 52.15. You can see it right there at that moment based on all the information that there is in here plus a little bit further back. We'll teach you how to do that. All right? It was really important for you to see it. And here's the result. So we took 20 at that point. And the next target is 52.15 by the tick. And you're going to take a closer look how we were able to nail it. Obviously, a lot of people already see this every day on the trade room, but I just want to make sure that I create something real today and you see it. And just for the sake of, there you go, and that's a target. Just added that a little bit there. I just need you to go back. Let me go back here, and just to, so you can prove us wrong if you want to. You can see that the entry was 52.67, 52.67. And the timing is at 10:50, I would say 10, pretty much 11 o'clock. Just go back and you can check if this is true or not. So you can see that we're not coming up with this out of thin air. All right, guys, so the question is, can you do it? All right. Here's an amazing testimonial from one of our recent inner circles, right? Since I joined the live trade room and the inner circle only about a month, I learned a lot from both you and improved my trading 10-fold. All right. So the first, you can see I applied the system, and my analysis that had the 2 most profitable trades I ever had. This is really important for you to understand. Okay. So here's another testimonial. Net profit 743, 100% return using the strategies. Marlon just said, not trying to fatten your ego, but you really helped change my trading around. We wish you had, we just had dinner in New York, so, but that was awesome. Here's another one. I would gladly pay $5 grand for this course. So guys, here's the opportunity for you to join us today. The cost is going to be $2,490 today. We're going to have not only everything that I just explained to you, you're going to have a 4-week class with us, side by side, walking you through the process. And on top of it, we stroked a great deal with Steve. We're gonna throw in so you can feel that you're not throwing your money away, guys. On top of what we're providing you, if you don't see the value, that's fine. But we're gonna do a lifetime license, so you don't have to pay anything per month. It's yours to keep and profit from the dashboard exclusive bonus. That alone is about $5 grand on the lifetime license. All right, so that's what we wanted to offer you. I've been an Inner Circle member now since end of November, right? As of my own trading, last month, coupled with your trading, I was able to secure more than 20% return of investment. 9 trades, 7 winners. Just letting you know that I had the best trade today, 151 pips, right? In a currency pair. So here's the thing, guys. Think about it. Think about this. All of us have disposable income. Most people get their paycheck every month, and I know you might be scrambling, oh man, that's too expensive. Think about this for a moment before you start thinking something that might affect you for the rest of your life. And I'm saying we are really good at what we do. I believe that we're the best analysts based on technical analysis so far that put ourselves out there. I know they're even better than us, but they do not put themselves out there. They keep everything to themselves. I don't know what came onto us, but we're opening up and we're just there for helping people out. All right, and most of the time we second guess ourselves in saying, should we invest or not invest? Are we throwing money away? You're not. Okay. Most of the time, you put some of this money on candy, magazine, Starbucks, coffee, pizza, going out there, and so on and so forth. I'm not asking you to go out in debt for this. What I'm asking you to do is to take some of those disposable income that you're going to spend anyway this year, right, and just hold a little bit on going into movies or spending on dinners and stuff like that you might think you want to get or hold into something, and think about the fact that you need to invest in yourself. In comparison to wealthy people, these individuals put their money into investment that provides the opportunity to actually turn their money into more money. Now, that's smart investing. And that's how you have to think right now by joining the Inner Circle program and invest in yourself, right?